Hey, I'm Steve Magnante here in Bogart, Georgia at the Tony Townley Collection, where on October 24th and 25th, right about 100 special interest cars will be sold by Richmond Auctions, including this 1969 Camaro Z28 in Daytona yellow, beautiful example of the Z28 in its third and final year in its first generation, 67, 68, and 69. 1970 brought a whole different design and a very different engine under the hood. But speaking of the Z28, from 67 through 69, they have a 302 cubic inch small block V8, small block Chevy, and the beauty of that is it has a 4-inch bore and a 3-inch stroke, good for RPMs for the SCCA Road Race Series. Now, the reason why they didn't put 350s or 396s in these cars is because the SCCA had a mandated 5-liter limit, 305 cubes. Anything more than that was illegal, so that's why these had 302s instead of 350s or larger engines. So that's the story of that. Now, let's go under the hood and have a peek at that high-winding 302. And there it is, the Mighty Mouse. Now this one's very special. Not only does it have the 302 motor, but also has the CrossRam, which is something you could get in the trunk or over the counter from a Chevy dealership. And again, the CrossRam on this has 2 Holley 4-barrels mounted on a CrossRam intake, which basically there's a slight supercharging effect. This carburetor feeds that bank, that carb feeds this bank, and it's all sealed to the bottom of the cowl induction hood right here. And again, it's rated 290 horsepower with the single 4-barrel, more like 340 or 50 with this in place. And it's an interesting item that's rarely seen on Z28s. Basically, it's like the crown on the king's head to have a CrossRam Z28. Great example right here. Beyond that, of course, power front disc brakes, beautiful restoration, and for me, that's really the tip of the iceberg on this is the CrossRam manifold. It still has the exhaust manifolds, the orbital smog equipment, which is unusual. That stuff usually goes by the wayside by the 3rd day of ownership, especially a guy with a CrossRam is going to put headers on one of these things. But with that said, it's nice to see the CrossRam, which was a tribute to the SCCA road racing era, and the Z28, which pretty much dominated in that period of time. So inside, no automatics. Let's see which transmission we have. It's nice to see a 4-speed manual transmission inside of a Z28. Of course, 1970, you could finally get an automatic behind the 350 Z28, but a whole different car, whole different philosophy. But again, 4-speed manual transmission, a beautiful restoration. Inside console was an option. The standard car would just have a bucket here, a boot, and of course the full gauge is right here. Fuel pressure, fuel level, battery and temperature right here. The gauge is down here. AM radio, nice to see that. But again, no air conditioning on a CrossRam Z28 at this point in time. But a nice presentation inside. Fresh interior, great looking car. This has the D80 trunk spoiler and chin spoiler, not standard equipment on Z28. You paid a little extra, but looks great. Nice restoration, all the correct colors. Of course, the underside of the trunk matches the body, which is the way the Fisher body division shipped these cars. Zolatone finish on the horizontal and vertical surfaces inside of the trunk, a Z28 logo on the back, and really nice presentation. The correct 15-inch rally wheel with a spare tire here in place. The original type bumper jack still present. Nice example of the breed. Whole bunch of paperwork and documentation with this car. Let's go take a look at it right now. It's pretty mouth-watering and shocking in some ways too. Very, very cool stuff in this collection of goods. And documentation goes a long way toward, proving the veracity and authenticity of a car and also its value now and down the road. Let's check this stuff out. And here's the actual window sticker from this car. It was sold in La Habra, California. Can't see the rest of the top, but with that said, we can see here that it has headrests, tinted glass, floor mats, etc., center console, and again, most importantly, a positive traction rear axle, 373 axle, and power disc brakes up front, 4-speed transmission, the M20 wide ratio. It's a good piece, better dig off the line, and E70 by 15 tires, speed warning indicator, special instrumentation, and most importantly right here, down bottom here, the special performance equipment Z28 for $458.15. This is the real deal from this very car, the window sticker from when it was new. Beyond that, we also have the broadcast sheet. Now, usually Mopar people call these the broadcast sheet. Well, in GM land, it says chassis broadcast copy. The remains of it, this was found in the car. It's a little crunchy, but this goes to the car. This basically told the line workers when they built the car which options to make sure they included into it. It's a Z28 for sure. And with that said, the CrossRam we saw was not factory installed. More on that right here. Now, of course, the CrossRam was something that was made by Winters Foundry for General Motors, but never installed on the line. It says here, it should be understood that no Z28 was ever factory built with a CrossRam, but it was sold over the counter in case somebody wanted to go racing with it on the weekend in a road race SCCA situation. Now, the SCCA may have banned those, but with that said, the single 4-barrel Z28 was plenty potent enough, so the CrossRam stuff was really not needed. But here's pictures of various types of CrossRams. There are a couple of variations on this is the GM, and of course Offenhauser made them too, but with that said, this is a GM CrossRam right here, and there's one on this car. Not built there from the factory, but it comes with the car clearly, and they run and drive just fine. A little thirsty, but with that said, it's amazing to have a CrossRam when you pop the hood, people freak out. Here are the original registration from La Habra, California, way back when. And here it is from 1969, when the car is first registered for use on the street.